Have you ever held an Australian 5-cent coin and wondered if this tiny piece of change could be worth far more than its face value? At first glance, the coin looks small and ordinary, but collectors know that some years and certain eras of the 5-cent coin can actually be worth serious money, making this little coin one of the most fascinating parts of modern Australian coinage. The Australian 5-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia shifted from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the decimal currency we use today, struck in copper nickel. The coin has a diameter of only 19.5 millimeters and a weight of just under 3 grams. On the obverse side you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which has been updated several times over the decades to reflect her age, from the youthful portrait in the 60s to the more mature designs of recent years. The reverse design has always featured the spiny anteater, also known as the echidna, an iconic Australian animal chosen for its uniqueness and instantly recognizable appearance. Over the decades, millions upon millions of these coins have been produced at the Royal Australian Mint and in circulation. Most of them are only worth their face value, but not all 5-cent coins are equal. Collectors pay special attention to low mintage years when far fewer coins were struck, which makes those dates harder to find. Some of the most famous examples include the 1972 5-cent coin, which had the lowest mintage of the series and today can sell for far more than 5 cents, especially in uncirculated condition. There are also rare era coins such as double-struck examples, off-center strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong plankets, which can fetch surprisingly high premiums at auctions. Condition, as always, plays a major role. Circulated 5-cent coins are common and usually worth little more than their face value, but pristine mint state examples, especially from rare years, can be worth several dollars or more. Proof coins issued in collector sets are another category that can bring higher value, as they show the echidna and the queen with sharp polished detail that you will never see in circulation. So the next time you come across an Australian 5-cent coin, whether it is from your pocket change or tucked away in an old jar of coins at home, take a closer look. You might just be holding a key date or a rare era worth far more than 5 cents. If you want to know the exact value of your coin based on recent auction results and online sales, drop a comment below and I will guide you to the most accurate price for your specific coin.
Imagine for a moment you're going through your old change drawer, or maybe sorting through a jar of coins that's been sitting around for years. Among the nickels, dimes, and quarters, your eyes catch a $50. You turn it over and see the date, 1995. It looks like just another Kennedy $50, the kind you've probably seen before. But here's the catch: not all 1995 Kennedy $50s are created equal. Some of them can be worth far more than their face value, and a few rare ones have sold for prices that might actually surprise you. If you're holding one of these coins right now, it could turn the tables for you. So stick with me until the end, where I'll reveal how much these coins can go for and how you can actually sell them. The Kennedy $50 series began in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his assassination, and ever since, it has been a staple of American coinage. By 1995, millions of these coins were minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints for circulation, and special proof coins were struck in San Francisco. Now, because they were produced in large numbers, most of them still only trade for face value. If you've got an average, circulated example from your pocket change, chances are it's worth 50 cents. But that's not the whole story, because condition, mint mark, and unique errors can push the value much higher. Let's start with mint marks. The Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, the Denver coins carry a D, and the San Francisco proof coins have an S. The Philadelphia and Denver issues are the ones you're most likely to find in circulation. In circulated condition, they're not rare. But if you happen to come across one in mint state condition, meaning no scratches, no heavy marks, and full luster, the value can jump. Collectors are always willing to pay more for coins that look like they just rolled off the press. On platforms like eBay, MS-65 and higher graded examples have been seen selling anywhere from $20 up into the hundreds depending on eye appeal and rarity of the grade. The San Francisco proof coins from 1995 are another story. These coins weren't made for circulation, they were made for collectors and sold in special sets. They have a mirror-like finish that makes them stand out immediately if you ever see one. Most proof coins are fairly common and may bring just a few dollars, but if you find a 1995 proof in perfect PR70 condition, it's an entirely different game. These flawless coins have been sold at major auctions for prices that can climb into the high hundreds. Errors and varieties are where things get really interesting. During the minting process, mistakes happen. Sometimes coins are struck off-center, other times they might be struck on the wrong planchet, and occasionally die breaks create unusual raised lines or shapes on the coin. Collectors love these mistakes because they're unique. A 1995 Kennedy half-dollar with a dramatic off-center strike or a double die variety can be worth significantly more than a standard issue. In some cases, errors like this have sold for several $100s on auction platforms, and the more dramatic the error, the more collectors compete for it. Now, condition really cannot be stressed enough. The grading scale used by collectors ranges from poor, where the coin is heavily worn, up to mint state grades like MS-67 or MS-68, where the coin is essentially flawless. Each jump in grade can multiply the value of the coin. For example, while a standard 1995 half-dollar in circulated condition might not even get you $1, the same coin in MS-66 could bring $20 to $50, and in MS-67 or MS-68, it could sell for hundreds. That's why grading is the key to unlocking whether you have just a common coin or a real prize. Another detail worth mentioning is that in the 1990s, Kennedy half-dollars weren't commonly used in everyday transactions. Many people simply didn't see them in circulation. Because of this, fewer circulated examples exist compared to quarters or dimes of the same era. That scarcity in daily use gives well-preserved examples even more attention from collectors. So how do you actually know if you've got a valuable coin? Start by checking the mint mark, then carefully examine its condition. If it's a proof coin with an S mint mark and it still shines like a mirror, it could have extra value. If it's a Denver or Philadelphia coin in high mint state condition, it could be a hidden gem. And if you notice anything unusual, like off-center strikes, doubling, or odd features, it may be an error coin worth getting checked. Once you believe you might have something special, the next step is figuring out how to sell it. Many collectors turn to platforms like eBay, where the audience is huge and you can see real-time prices of what similar coins have actually sold for. Remember, don't just look at what people are asking, look at completed and sold listings. That gives you the real market value. High-end coins, especially those that are graded and certified by companies like PCGS or NGC, often perform best in specialized coin auctions. These venues attract serious collectors and can drive the price much higher than a casual online sale. When you're ready to list a coin, photos are everything. Take clear, high-quality pictures of both sides, showing the date, mint mark, and any features that make your coin stand out. Write a detailed but honest description, and be upfront about whether the coin has been graded or not. Collectors appreciate accuracy, and the more transparent you are, the better your chances of a strong sale. Now, I know what you're really waiting for. How much could your 1995 Kennedy half-dollar actually be worth? Here's the deal. Some are just 50 cents, plain and simple. Others in higher grades can be worth 20, 50, or even a few $100s. Rare proofs in perfect condition and certain dramatic errors can climb even higher, reaching the kind of numbers that make you double-check your change jar. But instead of me just giving you a flat number, I want you to get involved. Drop a comment below describing your coin. Does it have a mint mark? What condition is it in? Does it have any unusual features? Comment price in the box, and I'll let you know its real value and guide you on the best way to sell it. That way you'll know exactly where you stand, whether you're sitting on just another $50 or a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered.